Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta, Georgia. And welcome to the inaugural running of the FWM Craftsman Truck Series. I'm your host, Emmett Crow, joined in the booth by Chris Norris and Mr. Austin Cansdale. Chris, what are you looking forward to tonight in this race?
Emmett, I'm looking for an exciting race. I'm looking to see a lot of passing. I'm looking to see a lot of back and forth battles all over the track, up and down the lineup. I think it's going to be an exciting time.
All right, and Austin, what are you looking forward to tonight, too?
Uh, I'm hoping for a clean race. It's everybody's first time in these trucks, so hopefully everybody can get their wits bound and hopefully keep a good race. It's track's pretty good right now. It's got a lot of grip. It's gonna be a lot of multi-groove racing, and the preferred line's on the bottom in the beginning of the run. Then everybody's gonna start moving up to the top. It's a little loose, but hopefully everybody can keep it stable and we can have a good race.
Yeah, and let's go over our track conditions. So the temperature is 67 degrees with the track temperature of 74, and the humidity is at 77. So there's going to be a lot of downforce, especially with this overcast. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a fast track this evening. That's for sure.
All right, well, we'll get ready to go, and we'll get you that starting grid now as qualifying's just finished up. Landon Brown is going to be your pole setter, followed by Paul Dillon on the outside. Then you find Hunter Carlson in the 32, lined up next to Austin Pack in the 81. Row 3 is where you find Austin Cansdale, lined up next to Doug Packer. Row 4 is where you find Charles Oberg, lined up next to Benjamin Hollenball. And Chris, who's next?
Well, we got Zachary Pantano, then Bradley Young, and row 11 is Wayne Cannon, and then Joshua Tressler, Thomas Conley, Yogi, not exactly sure how to pronounce that. There's Schiller. Schler, I apologize. Daniel Jones, Gerald Berlin. Rounded out.
All right, thank you, Chris. And we're excited, folks. We're about to get ready to go. Last time we were here, guys, as we look at the race details, this race is set for 100 laps, 151 miles. There will be 4 sets of tires and 2 fast repairs, and we will have 2 attempts at some green-white checkers. Those tires are going to come into play, tonight, Chris?
Yeah, they are, and I think the tires is probably what might actually decide this thing, depending on how these guys run, how hard they are on those tires. Tires and strategy is going to be a big factor in determining who the winner of this race is going to be.
Yes, and if y'all remember, this is a 1.5 miles, but it is like a super speedway. And that is the thing about this track is the layout. They repaved it back in 2022, I believe. And they set it up like a super speedway. So we'll get ready as we see Landon Brown from Triple B Racing from Bailey, North Carolina will lead them to the green as we get ready going through the pace laps. A newcomer to the league, Mr. Is it Todd Dillon, I believe?
Paul Dillon.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Paul Dillon.
And then our very own Austin Cansdale will be running in 5th. There's Austin from Rutledge, Tennessee. As here we coming through the turn. And green flag is underway here at Echo Park. Down the backstretch, here comes Landon Brown. He'll shoot out to the lead. But here comes Hunter Carlson on the inside. Chris, he's trying to get to that bottom.
Yeah, that bottom groove, that's where it's at right now. These boys on the outside, they just got to kind of hang on until they can find somewhere to settle in.
So Landon Brown will lead the first lap of this inaugural Craftsman Truck Series. And Paul Dillon on the outside trying to get some drafting help. He's going to try to get right behind Dylan. Oh, we got a truck on the apron. Got out of line, but as we see Paul Dillon going for the lead as the 59 machine of Doug Packer got shuffled out of line. And Chris, that was a heck of a save right there. All right, so here we go, coming into the turn. Here comes Dylan. Dylan goes to the lead. Dylan, your new leader here at Echo Park. Just for a moment, though. But here comes Landon Brown on that outside, using that grip on that high side, trying to get the momentum. But look at Paul Dillon just rocket to it on the inside. Paul Dillon is going to come by. He'll be your new leader as we hit the line.
You see Landon got back under him there.
Yeah, Landon Brown tried to pull the old crossover move, but oh, another truck on the apron. Is that going to be Doug Packer again? It is. Doug Packer gets shuffled down to the apron again. Great save, though, because Austin, how's your truck feeling, by the way?
Oh, it's feeling really good. The tires are still starting to get up the temperature. The track's got a lot of grip right now. So hopefully we can get up here to the lead.
Yeah, as we see you working on, it's the Austin show as Austin Cansdale trying to get past Austin Pack. Meanwhile, Paul Dillon continued to lead Landon Brown, Austin Pack, Austin Cansdale, Hunter Carlson, Charles Oberg, Benjamin Hollaball, Zach Patato, Bradley Young, and Wayne Cannon round out your top 10. As we see, here comes Dylan and Paul Dillon and Landon Brown are just swapping back and forth. This is some great racing, huh, Chris?
It sure is, and you got to keep an eye on Benjamin there. He's that lone forward there in the top 10, and he's starting to move up some spots. He's lost a couple here in the last lap or two, but keep an eye on that forward. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on him as we see the 8 of Benjamin Hollaball. Grubby, as we know him in FWM, if you're an FWM fan for years, as now we see working on the back of Austin Pack is Austin Cansdale. And Austin Cansdale, they're just going to follow each other through there.
Well, if those guys stay in line like they are right now, you're starting to see a little bit of a breakaway from 4th to 5th place. And that plays right into their hands. But as soon as I say that, here goes Cansdale trying to make a pass.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking this was the new layout, but looking at this track, this is the old Atlanta. This is the hot Atlanta that everyone used to love, and it's back tonight. Thanks to iRacing for preserving this layout, as this layout is no more, as we do have a super speedway style at the new layout. But, I think about this old layout, Chris, and I think about all the history, all the great finishes, from Dale Earnhardt and Bobby Labonte, and then later on in 2001, Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon. And then also Carl Edwards got his first win beating Jimmy Johnson right here.
Yeah, that was when we got introduced to the backflip.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of history in Atlanta. Atlanta's one of those intermediate tracks it's super fast, and it's just really fun to drive because it's got like a super speedway feel to it, but it's got that short track feel, kind of like a Bristol in the turns. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty unique. I enjoy running here, and I know these guys do too. So to see the old track come back out, that's just a wonderful thing for these drivers.
Y'all were just here in the Gen 4 cars, weren't y'all, last week, I believe?
Yeah, we were, and we had a fantastic time. We had a fantastic race. Unfortunately for me, my race kind of ended a little short. It happens.
Yeah, and you can catch the next Gen 4 race for the FWM Gen 4 Cup Series. Hard contact into the wall. Can't see who that is. Have to take a look. Oh, it's going to be... It looks to be Tom Conley. Tom Conley hard into the wall.
Yeah. Staying green, though. Staying green.
You know that paint scheme's throwing me off because he's 33 and he's listed as the 69. And the only 33 I know in FWM is Mr. Austin Lucky Gainesville. As we see Austin Pack trying to get to the bottom of Landon Brown. He's just going to move him up the racetrack just a little bit, but Austin Pack with the position.
Yeah, just a little, hey, I'm here, and I'm here to race. Sometimes you got to make some room, you know. Here comes that 33. Hansdale moving on up.
He's coming hard on that bottom, hard charging, larger than charging, looking for chickies, but here he goes. As now we see some, oh, we got
we got one sideways in the back. Who's that? Who we got here spinning there?
Bradley Young and Benjamin Hollenbaugh are going to be caught up. So that will be our first caution of the day.
Yeah, but unfortunately, though, for Brad, doesn't look like there was any contact with the walls or anything, so there's not a lot of damage. So maybe it just scuffed up his tires real good.
Yeah,
I think he'll be all right. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I want to give a shout out to our producer, Tracy Brown, and Charles Oberg, and Chris Golden for taking over when I couldn't be there. Those guys did a great job Friday night, and I commended them in our Discord chat, but I want to commend them live right here on the FWM Network. Great job, guys.
All right. You know, Tracy's a little hard on himself, but he does a better job than what he thinks. So, Tracy's that guy that sits in the back and says, "Oh, I said the wrong thing, or I did the wrong thing, or whatever." But Tracy, man, you do an outstanding job, man. You just don't pat yourself on the back enough. We appreciate everything you do.
Yes, we do. And then the thing is also, when we talk about this, the thing about broadcasting, Chris, is you may slip or something. You can't get caught up on it, and you just gotta, keep a clear mind that it's a long race and just move on from what you said. And sometimes it actually could turn into a story, so you never know as we see our league going in.
Hey, it's like acting. You just got to keep going.
Yeah, you got to keep on keeping on. That is right. You see Daniel Mindfood Jones in the 17 machine. Yogi Schleer.
Looks like Austin came out first on that pit stop, and Cansdale right behind it right there in second.
Yeah, Austin Pack's going to win the race off pit road, and Cansdale's going to come second. Dylan's going to move to third. And then we find Landon Brown, Hunter Carlson, Charles Oldberg, Zach Patano. Eighth is going to be Wayne Cannon. Ninth, Benjamin Hollenbaugh. And Bradley Young will round out the top 10.
Yeah,
I hate to correct you, but me and Pat didn't pit.
Oh, you guys didn't pit?
No.
Okay. Well, that's a different strategy right there. I guess we need to look at the screen a little better there.
Yeah, I think I got a little distracted. It happens when you have ADD.
Well, it also happens when class is in session too. So.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. As we come down the backstretch.
Good call, Austin.
And we'll see Austin. It's the Austin and Austin show for the front row with Austin Pack leading over Austin Lucky Cansdale. And then you find Paul Dillon lined up next to Hunter Carlson on the outside. Landon Brown lining up next to the 77 of Charles Oberg.
Yeah.
On the
outside. Looks like Landon. He dropped back 4 spots, so I wonder how many tires he took.
I'm going to guess 4. As the green flag comes out, we're back underway here at Echo Park.
Back in that throttle.
Yeah, you got to get through that throttle. And the thing about going to the turbo route, it's not like you know, the new Super Speedway as we got a car.
Oh, we got
truck
something
off
on
the
it.
track.
Was that Doug again?
Oh, I think it looked like Monfu, Daniel Jones, got a little loose there, but no, it's going to be Bradley Young.
Yeah, and see, that's going to be key too on these restarts, on cold tires. They're awfully tricky, and if you're not careful, you can spin the tires.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah, and coming out of these turns, that rear end will want to get squirrely on you, and if you're not careful, you'll be looking the other way.
Yeah, meanwhile, Hunter Carlson's looking the right way as he's going to rocket to the lead over
up there.
Austin Lucky Cansdale. So put Hunter Carlson in front. And that's very interesting. This is Copperhead Racing because I guess Fast Anger Racing might not be no more. So no more fart references as we see Hunter Carlson rocket to the front here at Echo Park. And Charles Oberg's going to follow suit and take second away from Landon Brown. So look at old Oberg out there from Westerly, Rhode Island.
Yeah, he's got that Toyota moving right now.
Yeah, and we're glad to have Charles Oberg. He came on late last year, and I think he was in ARCA, I believe, and then joined the SKs, which we don't talk about the SKs on this channel, but it was an interesting season for sure. But great
I can tell you right now, Carlson has got a rear view mirror full of him. Because them boys are stacked up behind him, and they are rolling.
Yeah, they're definitely rolling, as you see right here. Here comes Oberg. He's trying to get to the inside, trying to get that side draft. If he could just get to his corner pedal, Chris, I think he can get enough side draft that can get him to the lead.
Yeah, it's possible. There's Landon moved into second spot. Now, I can promise you, Landon Brown is driving the wheels off that thing right now. And if it'll go to the front, he's going to put it there.
Oh, yeah, he definitely will.
Yeah, he's not too fond of, not being the lead dog.
Yeah, we've seen Landon win in a late model. And we also saw him win, I believe he won in the ARCA Series too. So great to see Landon Brown up here.
Yeah, I'm still fairly new to full wide and Leadfoot myself. I ran last season with Leadfoot, and man, I had a blast. And I just decided that for this season, I'm gonna help out full wide here in the booth and with broadcasting, and I'm just gonna run the late models with Leadfoot, as I'm still trying to get that experience. But there's just been so many changes, with broadcasting here last couple of weeks. So we kind of jockey things around and get scrambled and get ourselves back together. So I figured I'd post my name in there and see if I couldn't help out.
Well, we're lucky. We're always happy to have you, Chris, and thanks for joining FWM and Leadfoot Racing. And that's the thing. We were looking, and it's a good thing because when my partner, Mr. Scott Shives, isn't able to make it, I get kind of bored up here in the booth. So great to have you along, and I know Tracy likes it because he doesn't have to do color.
Well, Tracy and I, since I joined Leadfoot, Tracy and I really become pretty good friends. And we have a lot of phone conversations. And, it's been kind of a rough week for me, as Tracy knows. Had a lot going on since Tuesday of last week. And it's just good to be up here in the booth with you guys to take my mind off some things. Here we go. We got a challenge for the lead right now. Looks like Paul Dillon, that Toyota, is trying to get up front. See how that works out. coming through the tri-wind turn 1 here.
Yeah, Paul Dillon using that inside line, trying to get up to the corner panel on Landon Brown, but he'll shoot in front of Hunter Carlson. Now Carlson's going to follow suit, go to the inside as they drag race for the second position. All this going on as our pole sitter, Landon Brown, continues to lead.
Yeah, he's got a fast ride, that's for sure. He's probably got a little bit of a bias adjustment in there or something that's just giving him just a bit of an edge right now. I mean, there's not a whole lot of changes you can make to these trucks in a fixed setup, but I tell you what, these boys find the right line, and it's all about the driver.
Yeah, it is all about the driver, and that's the thing about these guys. You know, they may you may see a dent on a. You know, that was the thing. Like, I forgot who it was, but they were talking about the Gen. I think it was the Gen 4s. They were talking about they'd do anything to get that edge, and sometimes they'd get a corner panel to get more downforce or something. You know, and as we see a little beating and banging going on.
Well, I don't know how much you know that yaw, and I've talked to Tracy about that yaw on these vehicles. That yaw was a big thing back there when Gordon and them was, Gordon was racing. He was always complaining about the yaw because he would say the car in front of me looks like it's going sideways down the track. How's that legal? Yeah. You know, but so I mean that yaw is. It can really put some speed on you. It helps with that handling, but at the same time, wears your tires out quicker, a lot quicker.
Oh, yeah.
I've played with that yaw myself, and it does. It works. I mean, it'll put that handling right on there, but you shaving lap after lap after lap off of them tires every time you go through the turn.
Yeah, as you see right here, as Paul Dillon continuing to try to get around Landon Brown. There's another truck down. I think that's Charles Oberg. Oberg on the apron. He had to get out of there. Now he's back on track, trying to keep it off of, I believe, Wayne Cannon right there. Wayne Cannon.
Emmett, I'm starting to wonder if there's a line on that back line back there that we don't know about. Is there some sort of new line they're running back there?
Well, here's the thing. You know, with this being the old layout, we don't have to worry about the double line rule like they have at the Super Speedway. So you can run that apron. I believe it's Kyle Busch ran the whole apron one qualifying lap, which was truly remarkable in a truck. So as we see Bradley Young
challenge for the lead.
I think Young's trying to get his lap back actually. He's 2 laps down, so he's trying to get 1 lap down.
Okay.
Yep. Speaking of laps down, what a performance from Stephen Luttrell last Friday night here at in the Gen 4s.
Yeah, we had our season opener last night with Leadfoot, and Stephen's really come on as of late to be a really good driver. I mean, he's competitive, I'd say.
He's a really good. You know, I joked with. I watched him. The first race he ran with FWM was mini stocks, and he won his first race. Well, then I saw him win in a late model. Saw him win in ARCA. Well, then I went and did a race for Racers Elite, and it was an Xfinity race, and it was the season opener at Daytona. And you know, usually old Steven, he's good on those short tracks, but that old boy, he put it on him on the high banks in Daytona Beach, Florida. So really, anything I've seen Stephen Luttrell win, he wins. It's crazy.
Yeah, we had a very good race last night to open the season. It was fun. I ended up kind of come down and kind of caught the front quarter panel of a car, and I didn't spin, but it kind of messed me up anyway. I think the other guy was all right, but I ended up having to come in. I got a few laps down. Didn't finish last, but I was back there 14th, but Unfortunate, we had a pretty good car last night. We ran a pretty good race. Hated that happened. And, it was Smyrna and those smaller track, they tight, and it's tight racing on there. Not like in Atlanta, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I'll tell you who's got a good car right now is Paul Dillon. As he rocketed past Hunter Carlson to take that lead back. Carlson is rocketing around there, and he's rocking and rolling, trying to get around. Oh,
there's another one.
That's going to be Wayne Cannon. Got loose right there.
Yeah, it was a good save on his part.
And it looks like the 63 Zach Patano is hitting pit road. I don't think, Chris, this is a scheduled stop.
No, I don't think so either. I wonder if he felt something there. I don't know what happened there.
Let's take a look at a replay.
Was it he and Cannon that got together?
I might have been.
Then.
I think we're getting into some green flag pit stops too, Chris.
Lap 38, so yeah, I believe we are. Well, now these boys, what lap did they pit on last time? Started the race there. Had two cars that stayed out, and right, so they should still have quite a few laps of fuel left at least, unless those tires are just getting too slick.
Yeah, that might be it. You would think with the overcast and not having that sun peeking out of the clouds, you would think they'd have better tire wear, but the way these boys are driving into the corner and slipping and sliding, that's going to eat that tire up more than anything.
Yeah, they driving hard right now, especially on those right sides. It ain't so much the left, it's the rights. The right front, the right rear. Which would be surprising to me that these boys would take 4 tires so early on. A lot of times they just change them outside tires, get a few gallons of fuel, top her off, and go. Like I said, there's different strategies with each driver. And as soon as they think they've got it figured out, something changes.
We see Austin Cansdale. We'll go see if we can get him. Austin, what do you do? What are you going to do to the truck to make it better?
The truck feels really good. It's just I didn't take that pit stop, and I just fell back a lot. But I also have an extra set of tires on the leaders now, so hopefully it plays into the later run of the race.
Yeah, as we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, boys. We got less than 59 laps to go in this race. It seems like we just took the green to start it. But that's the thing about Atlanta. It goes quick. As Paul Dillon's going to continue to lead as we see Austin Cansdale coming off the track. Here comes Hunter Carlson. He'll shoot to the inside, trying to take the lead away. Can he get there? No, he can't.
Not quite.
Paul Dillon. There's a thing.
Man, he's impressive. He's got an impressive ride tonight.
Yes, he does. There's a thing about your first debut race with FWM, Chris. Some of these guys, I think it was when we did the late models, we had 5 different winners in their debut. So we could see another debut winner with Mr. Paul Dillon, possibly.
It's possible. He's got a rocket ship right now. The biggest thing is just going to be getting that pit strategy right, hitting those tires just right, and holding on to that thing when you got those fresh tires on there. Got to get in and out of that throttle just right.
Yeah, definitely is. We see Doug Packer trying to get one of his laps back. He does get one of them back, so put Packer a lap down, but Zach Patano is in the catbird seat to get the lucky dog.
I think if you'll watch them in the turns, it looks like they moved up to that high groove. Mm-hmm. And that kind of tells me that they might be that tire wear might be affecting them to go up there to fight those loose conditions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm noticing too. And another thing Chris, I've noticed is we got a little bit of sunshine peeking out, just a little bit, not a lot, but I noticed that this track is not as cloudy as it used to be at the beginning.
No, we're still right around about the same temperatures, humidity, but that little bit of sunshine, it'll heat that asphalt up quick, even if it's just for a lap or two, and it'll change those conditions.
Yeah, as you notice, we went from overcast and now we're just partly cloudy, and it's that sun peeking out, and it's actually heated the track up quite a bit, as it is almost, I believe it's almost 80 degrees now from where we were at the start of the race. So definitely going to be heating up those tires for sure. But Paul Dillon doesn't care. He wants to rip the fence.
Yeah, them boys are whipping it around there right now. There we see another one down on the apron.
Yeah, I think that was Yogi Schleer. I think he was just coming off pit road. Yogi all the way back in 14th. Actually going to go down another line. Here comes Hunter Carlson. He'll shoot to the inside. Good distracting help from Schleer. Trying to get to the corner panel. Oh, man, he had to get out. Oh! Dillon
Ouch.
into the wall. As now, here we come, hitting the halfway point, and your leader, here he comes. Mr. Paul Dillon will come in for his stop this time by.
He comes into pit. That gives Hunter Carlson out in the lead now. He's got a pretty good stretch on Landon back in second.
Yeah, he's got a good stretch. So let me ask you this, Chris, as a driver, and that's what I was about to ask. Would you come in right now as we hit the halfway point and try to jump Hunter Carlson and try to get ahead of him on the strategy call?
Well, I mean, you can't stay out there on old tires too long. So on a track like this right here, yeah, I think that's the right call for him to come on in, get a pit stop, just so he can keep up, But we see he's still out there making laps. But, his fresh tires are considerably faster here in Atlanta. So the longer he stays out there, the further he's going to get behind. So let's see how that works out in the long run if we stay green.
Yeah, and Hunter Carlson, I think he's he took a gamble right here, but I mean that truck was almost sideways coming into turn number 2. So
yeah, we've seen some great saves this evening, and that just goes to show you the level of skill that these guys have.
So now we're hitting 49 laps to go in this race as we see Paul Dillon coming in for his stop. Took a little bit of time right there. I don't know if he had any trouble or anything getting on pit road.
Didn't look like it. Looked like he had a pretty clean entry there. All right, here we go. We got Hunter coming in.
Hunter Carlson, you're
this
this time by.
Passes the lead off to Joshua, I do believe, Joshua Tressler.
Yeah, we see Bradley Young coming in as well. And now Paul Dillon is just now leaving his stall.
He must have had some damage that we didn't know about.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because look, that front end of that Toyota Tundra, it looks a little... Well, now it's clean, but it did look like there was a little bit of damage, but Joshua Tressler will be your leader, followed by Wayne Cannon. We should expect him to see this time on pit road. Look at that paint scheme. I mean, it looks like an old rusted Toyota Tacoma or something, and with the license plate on the spoiler, that is a chef's kiss right there.
And that's pretty. That's unique. That's pretty. That's pretty.
That's very pretty. It's got the the tailgate all the rusted and stuff. It just man, great looking
Well,
scheme
let's
with the rusty hood. Take a look at his helmet, folks. If we can get it, let's see if we can get a closer look.
Well, yeah, that paint job right there, it looks to me like that truck's been up in like Maine for a long time. And he found it just sitting out there and decided to bring it to the house and put it on the track.
Yeah, and Wayne Cannon comes in to make his stop. But the thing about that truck, the helmet, Chris, it looks like a balloon or something.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a hot air design. I ain't gonna say nothing. I mean, that might, I'm gonna stop myself right
there. You're good. You're good.
I'll let everybody put 2 and 2 together on that one.
Wayne Cannon continues the lead right now, but that should hand the lead over to Zach Patano. And that's what we're seeing right now as we see Patano come by. He'll be your leader, followed by Hunter Carlson, Austin Cansdale, Austin Pack, Landon Brown, and Benjamin Hollenball. Let's see who else is over here as we see Landon Brown trying to get past Austin Pack. He's going to rocket past him on that outside line. Then we find Chris Conley, as we see the Pac-Man, Mr. Austin Pack. Tom Colley, excuse me. I don't know where I got Chris. From Kannapolis, North Carolina. I think there's isn't there a NASCAR driver that he was a little bit famous, used to rough people up and they didn't like it, as we got a truck in the wall.
What they call it. Yeah, that's the 81. When it looked to me like when he come out of turn 2 a while ago, he was off the pace. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, we'll have to find that out and see what's wrong as we take a look at the replay right here. Just got slowed down and just got loose right there on those cold, like you said, on those cold tires, Chris.
Just too hard on the brake right there, and trying to save that speeding penalty.
Yep, tried to save it, but it ended up costing him. It's going to cost him quite a bit as Hunter Carlson is chasing down Zach Patano. As we see Patano continue to lead. There's Carlson right there in the 32 machine. From Peoria, Illinois. A longtime stable member of FWM. Mr. Hunter Carlson. He's been known as Tic Tac. He's been known as AMC. And now I think he's the Angry Chef. So yeah, good to see Mr. Hunter Carlson out here, and glad to see all these new guys coming over to FWM. Chris, when we started, we were only on console, and we did all the NASCAR Heat 5, all the heats from 2 to 5, in every series that you can think of. We did not do ignition. We could not do ignition. We did not want to do that dumpster fire, but.
No. Didn't like that.
Yeah, that was not one of the main ones, but we've had some had the Heat 5 league until sadly the server shut down this summer, but NASCAR 25 is about to fire up, and that's right, FWM will be on console.
And spots are filling up fast.
Yes, they are doing ARCA all the way to the Cup Series. So if you're wanting to join FWM and you don't have an iRacing League, don't worry. If you have a console, you can join.
Into the wall.
I believe that's our in-race reporter, Mr. Austin Cansdale. It sure is.
Yep, sure is.
Got a little loose right there. Way to hang on to it right there. No caution. We stay green. 38
He pancaked that wall pretty good.
Yeah, maybe his old lady was over there, you know, trying to grab the wheel from him or something.
That's what texting and driving will get you.
Texting and driving. Oh goodness. So see Doug Packer trying to get under Austin Case.
Yeah, he's making a move. Now that was a solid lick on that wall. I hope he didn't get any wheel damage. He got some wheel damage up there on that front tire. It's going to slow him down considerably.
Well, let's buzz him in and see what happened. Austin, what happened right there, man?
The tire was starting to go away. I got in the throttle a little too fast, and the 77 was right there in my rear, and it kind of set the air a little bit too. Yeah, you kind of messed with the air a little bit, and I got loose and tried to save it and tap that wall a little bit. Now I'm dealing with a pet and tie rod. I'm just going to try to limp it around for another 3 laps and hopefully pit.
Yeah, I was just saying, Austin, man, I hope that you didn't get any tire damage on that, but that was a pretty good lick, man. You done a good job saving it.
Appreciate it.
That was Austin Cansell, our in-race reporter. I was thinking about that song by Easton Corbin, All Over the Road, but is that debris on the track?
Yeah, someone's in the wall. Looks like the 59 of Doug Packer is in the wall.
Uh-oh.
And it looks like Doug Packer has hit the wall. He hit it a ton. No caution. We stayed green. But the Doug Packer 59 machine is pretty toasted. Take a look and see what happened. All right, as we get that replay going. You know, Chris, this has been a pretty clean race so far.
It has, and you know, I think what we're starting to see is the mix of these tires and that sunshine on that track.
Yeah. Oh man, hard.
That was wicked.
Something that truck had to break because that truck just took a hard right into that wall.
Turned straight into it. Well, there again, like we said before, these track conditions changing. And they was trying to get every lap they can out of these tires. And sometimes you push it too.
Second caution of the day coming out for Austin Pack. Take a look and see what happened right here as he's getting under Benjamin Hollabaugh. Oh my God!
Came in there too hot.
Hard. Yeah, that was a hard lick from Austin Pack. So to bring out our second caution of the day with 33 laps to go as we ride on board right. Oh man, truck went up on the air, Chris.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to be facing at Atlanta.
No, it's not. So this will be our second caution of the day. Hunter Carlson's going to be a leader, and I would expect we should see everybody come in this time, wouldn't you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm expecting them to take 4 tires.
Definitely, especially with the changing track conditions with the sun peeking out. Joshua Tressler in the 20 machine.
We got 32 laps left. Damn it. 32 laps. They go ahead now, change 4 tires. They're going to be set to make the run to the end. And like I said, these track conditions, I mean, we've been talking about that all evening. Changing track conditions and these tires, sun coming out, it is not tire friendly.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know, with the changing track conditions and these tires heating up and this track biting, chewing at this rubber, these guys, I mean, they're even with fresh tires, Chris, they're slipping and sliding around this track.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just, I can't stress enough about tires. And I ought to know about tires because I'm rough on them. I'm rough on tires. I ain't gonna lie to you. I keep telling Landon all the time, one set of tires ain't enough. These late models, I need another set of tires.
You keep Hoosier in business, don't you?
Hoosier, Goodyear, all of them.
General, all of them.
Yeah, they love me.
We'll see
yeah, they love me.
Now that was interesting. This was interesting. when everybody was coming in, the pit road light was red. But
Did they pit when it was closed? I wonder.
I wondered that. That was interesting.
To
See,
be sure, them boys wouldn't have come into a closed pit though.
maybe it
Could
was
have been just a glitch, maybe.
I think old Bubba didn't turn that light on, and he got a little
something. He
eating a
must have fell
cheeseburger,
asleep down there. Yeah, something.
eating some of them Georgia peaches.
Something. Down there eating him a piece of apple pie and sidetracked.
All right, so here we go, folks. Chris, when we go back green, there'll be 30 laps to go. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm kind of looking for these boys to start jockeying for position now. They're trying to get in a position where they can set themselves up for that final push. So if they got anything in the tank, I guarantee you right now, them boys are standing on the throttle because they want to get to the front of the pack. These loose conditions that they're fighting, we'll have to kind of take it easy, but at the same time, it's time to go. So look for some of these boys a little further in the back, say about 10th position or so. Look for them to start coming to the front if they got it.
Another interesting thing is Paul Dillon, for the first time today, he is 2 laps down. So, and this is, Hunter Carlson is looking at that. He's like, all right, 1 down. Now I got to beat all these other guys. But great drivers as we see Zach Patano trying to get alongside of Landon Brown. And there's old Lucky right there trying to follow suit with Patano on the inside.
Yeah, well, hopefully he got that damage repaired and they can get that thing back on the rail. Got to kind of take it easy these first couple of laps. But at the same time, I know we've only got 28 laps to go, so it's going to be interesting to see how this here kind of pans out because there's still a lot of fast trucks back there. So I'm sure Hunter is aware of that, and I'm sure that he's not breathing right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Landon putting the pressure on. Yeah, we've seen Landon kind of move back and forth right there in that top 5 as the days going on. I wonder what he's got left right there.
Sorry, I was eating a cookie, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Landon's got left. As he did have that speed to win that pole. And now...
he's got it. He's got speed. But he's gonna catch it trying to pass Hunter. That's going to be a... He might have to have a little help.
Little wiggle coming out of the turn down the backstretch from Landon
Right now he's saying, Hunter, I love you, brother. But I'd really love to see you slip up about sideways. No offense to you, but I need to get around you. There he is, looking low. Can he make the pass? He's there. Have quite enough.
Not quite enough at all, but here comes Landon Brown. Push it to the inside, trying to get Patano to give him a little drafting help. But he's not able to make the pass, Chris.
Hunter's hanging in there tough, man. He's saying, look, boys, I won't bad as y'all. He's just not willing to give up that lead.
Yeah, Hunter doing some great defensive driving right now, keeping that 5 truck along with the 63 at bay.
And I'm sure that Hunter, too, is aware of what, you see how Landon will kind of drop back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to get that draft to help suck him up there to slingshot him around him. And don't think that Hunter ain't aware of what's going on.
Oh, that is right. And as you see, Austin Gaines got a front row seat to the action. riding around in P4. Landon Brown continues to try to get around Hunter Carlson. Carlson continuing to lead. Carlson's able to get a little bit, but Landon's truck is so much better on corner exit.
Yeah. But he's just get on the straightaways, man, he pulls back out.
Hunter Carlson shoots that truck down to the bottom. So, Chris, we've seen them ripping the fence, and now they're starting to bottom feed like old catfish in a pond.
Well, there's still some of them riding that high line. I mean, we see old Austin right there. He's still up about midway the track. But right, the fastest way around this track is on that bottom line. And if you can get your foot to stick down there, and I believe that's going to be a hard truck to pass. I don't know too many people will pass on the outside.
Uh-oh. Hunter Carlson got loose right there, but Landon Brown's able to take advantage. He cuts the gap down to 2 point. Only for a second as now Hunter Carlson's dropped out to 3/10 of a second lead over Landon Brown. 20 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, Landon might have got them tires a little bit too hot right there. Lay him back, let him cool back down a little bit, try to make another run. I mean, we got 20 laps left. So. And here comes Austin Cansdale. He keeps peeking back there in fourth position.
So, I want to ask you as a driver, when you're sitting there in second, are you trying to save your time, save your stuff, and make them burn up their equipment?
Well, ideally, that's what you want to try to do. Put enough pressure on them to where they can heat their tires up. Maybe they slide up the track or get a little bit loose. Get close enough to them where you can let that air factor come in. But right now, you know, Landon. Right now, I think he's just kind of hanging on to where he can hopefully close the gap, get close enough to try to make a move. Last 10 laps or so, but hanging in there real good right now. But you see, starting to slip back just a little bit.
Slip back just a little bit, and Hunter Carlson's able to pull out. Now 0.6 of a second is his lead over our second place truck, Mr. Landon Brown.
Move back up to that high line, so you'll carry a little bit more speed on that high line. I think Landon's followed suit, so.
But it's got to be a tough break for the 113 of Paul Dillon, who had such a great truck, qualifying on the outside pole, was leading most of the day, and now he finds himself running in 11th, 2 laps down. Tough break for the 113 team. What did you say, Chris?
Yeah, that's he had such a good car. That I mean, that Toyota was really humming. And sometimes it's like that. You know, sometimes the best car on the track don't always win.
That is exactly right. You see Landon Brown trying to find something, just something to catch. Oh, well, that might. Woohoo, man. Tom Conley got pushed down the line and almost sent her around. He's still loose. I think he's got a tire down, Chris.
There's definitely something wrong with it. It'd be a tire, unless there was some kind of contact with the wall or something before that we didn't see. Said tires.
Yeah, I know that 5 machine and Landon Brown was hoping he'd spit it out so he'd get a caution, but what a save from Tom Connolly, another new driver in FWM.
Yeah, it seems like he's fighting some loose conditions right there. He's loose. He's definitely.
Now we see Austin Cansdale has come up to the back of the 5 of Landon Brown, trying to take away the second position. All this going on as Hunter Carlson jumped out to a 1.13 lead.
He's in charge right now, that's for sure.
Carlson qualified.
8 laps left.
13 laps to go. Not much time, but it's going to be interesting how these tires, if they're going to fall off dramatically, or he's going to have enough tires saved to pull away and win this thing.
Yeah. Like we saw just a second ago, got their hands full. How Hansdale got right up on the back of Brown, and he got just a little bit of a wiggle out of the tail end of that truck. That was probably enough to get him to pass. Yep, he's going to complete it.
Oh, man.
He could have completed it. He's still there. He's still out. Cover enough from that little hold on there. Race right here.
Yeah, good race for
outside,
second.
fighting back. He closed it out.
Slide in front of him.
Yeah, he slid her around in there, so that opens the door for Landon to come back, get back underneath him.
Yeah, Landon gonna try to pull the crossover move. They're neck and neck, drag racing through turn 3 and 4.
10 to go at the line. Yep, 10 to go.
10 laps to go this time by.
These guys are wheeling it right now. They ain't holding nothing back.
These guys are wheeling and trying to take away that second position, but it's been the Hunter Carlson show ever since that last caution. Oh man, we almost had a wreck right there.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say Hunter is loving this situation right now in second, third. You boys keep going at it.
Yeah, he's telling them to keep at it, but stay clean. Don't get caught up in no mess right here, and because he's the only person I think on the track that does not want to see a caution come out.
Oh, definitely. He's right where he's where everybody on this track wants to be. You know, see Wayne right there, Wayne Cannon. He's come up about 6 spots. Fifth, and he's making a charge to the front. Try to a little bit right here. Patano going at it.
The long-time head honcho league owner.
That's another man of many hats right there.
From Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina.
Oh, there's Wayne. He lost it. There they go.
Oh, what a save! Oh my gosh, how did that? Oh.
Wayne into the wall. It's not over with yet.
No caution, we stay green. How in the world did he save that?
That's why I said, I'll tell you what, you tell me and we'll both know.
Zach Patano, the first race, might have just pulled the save of the year. Take a look at this.
And he hits the wall hard. There's Patano. I believe he slid about 2 country miles back there.
Yeah, I think
he was sideways the whole backstretch.
I think Patano was auditioning for his role in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift right there. What a save.
Awesome job. Unfortunate for Wayne, he got into that wall pretty hard back there.
Unfortunate. And meanwhile, we have 6 laps to go. And Hunter Carlson has checked out to a 1.8 second lead over second place, Landon Brown. And now we see Joshua Tressler, who did get the worst end of that wreck, the damage right there, coming into the pit. Landon Brown trying to hunt. And he is catching Hunter just little by little, Chris.
5 laps to go. Got enough? Think he can catch him?
I don't know. It's good. I'm not gonna say that I did the broadcast curse too many times. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut when it comes to that.
It's kind of like predicting where a hurricane's gonna hit the coast. Key West, Florida, and Bangor, Maine.
Yeah, for real. 4 laps to go for Hunter Carlson. The gap is now 1.9, now growing to 2 seconds almost as he navigates past the lap machine of Joshua Tressler. It's been the Hunter Carlson show ever since that last caution, and he has dominated this last part of the race.
The laps is blown in.
It was the Paul Dillon show, followed by the Landon Brown show. But then
Here's a little developing story. 5th place, Daniel Jones. He's moved up 10 spots.
Daniel Monford Jones
15th.
having a great run out there, finally getting the top 5 that he deserves. You know, old Daniel, he's a heck of a driver and always gets caught up in late race wrecks. As we have 2 laps to go, popsicle sticks up in the air, driving the mellow yellow truck. As we take a look at the front of Landon Brown's truck, but it's all chasing the 32 machine of Hunter Carlson as he comes out of turn number 3 into 4. White flag will be flying for Hunter Carlson.
What a race he's put on today.
Yeah, definitely a great race. He's showing why he's a 3-time champion. 1 in the SK, 2 in the SK mods, 1 in the ARCA, and now he's coming down, and he's gonna win. Coming out of 3, now into 4. Can he burst it around? Coming down the line, down through the quad oval, Hunter Carlson wins the inaugural FWM Craftsman Truck Series race at Echo Park. Landon Brown 2nd, Austin Kingston 3rd, Wayne Cannon 4th, Daniel Monford Jones 5th, Zach Patano 6th, 7th, Chris Conley, and Yogi
Schessler. I'll get that right. I have to talk to him about that. Here, thank you. Bradley Young, and our top 10 to finish it out, Joshua Tress.
Yeah. And
great race, guys. Great entertaining race for sure.
Definitely. And we'll step aside and we'll get everybody set up, and you'll hear from our top 3 finishers right here on FWM Network. Back here live for your post-race show here at Echo Park, where we just wrapped up. Hunter Carlson was able to take away this inaugural win. But Chris, who have you caught up with down in the infield?
Well, I got Austin Cansdale with us. Austin, great race, man. Great race.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, you were doing a little bit of that there on track commentary for us, and we really appreciate some of the looks and some of the input you gave us this evening. But that third place finish, though, and it's got to feel good to you.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on a podium, but I love bringing y'all along on the ride. I love having y'all in my ear. It's kind of different. It gets boring when I don't have nobody talking, but I'm glad y'all come along on the rides and you can sit around and see what I can see, and I can tell you how the track's developing and what strategies people are going to do and which line to run and all that. It gives people a better experience.
Well, we had quite a couple of really good green flag runs, and we were wondering up in the booth, how were the tires holding up?
The tires held up really good for like 20 some laps, and then they just started fading away if you wasn't saving your tires. I know right after I hit like the 28 to 32 lap mark, I was really having to wheel the car and let off and let it roll a little bit more instead of the first 10 laps. You could really full throttle around this track and keep the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, now your third place finish didn't come without a little bit of adversity. Seeing where you got into the wall, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the car was it was starting to get a little loose, and I was fighting with Charles Oberg there, and he just got behind me, and it upset the air on the truck a little bit, and hit the wall. Was cruising around, hopefully to, make it to like 30 to go, and then I got a lucky break with a caution with like 32 to go. Kept me in fourth position, kept me from going a lap down, and I was able to race with Landon, Hunter, I can't remember who else was up there. I think Zach Patano was up there and somebody else. I can't think of his name. Had a really fun
Wayne
battle.
was up there. Wayne Cannon was up there towards the end.
Oh, my FWM network teammate back there. Yeah.
Yeah, he was coming on. He was in there too, and unfortunately, he had a little bit of an adversity as well. So for him to squeeze out a fourth place finish, you guys done a really good job.
Yeah, Uncle Cannon back there, as we like to call him. Well, they say he's my uncle, but we were really not related. But
yeah,
no, I had a really fun battle with Landon there. The last 20 laps got really good side by side action. I got a little loose on his outside when he got beneath me, and kind of got a little squirrely, overheated the tires, and I just couldn't catch him at that point.
Well, Austin, I mean, if tonight's race was anything, it looks like we're gonna be looking at you on the podium a few more times before the season closes out, man. Is there anything you want to close us out with here?
Yeah, I just want to thank FWM Network for on the hood of the car sponsoring me. I'd like to thank Eastern Technical Designs, Clayton Holmes. I'd like to thank my best friend Eric and Grace. They're sitting there watching. Dylan and Taylor, I think's what her name is. They're watching too. And my old lady, my fiance. What are you laughing over there, Emmett? My old lady's watching. I want. You're gonna make me laugh, man. I'm trying to keep it professional. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Hey, this is producer Tracy here. I'm live on the air, by the way, Austin. Anyway, we can look at your photo, and we know the reason why they call you Lucky Can still. How about that?
I'm a solid 2, and I gotta pull a solid 10. I mean, yeah, they call me Lucky for a reason. But I want to thank y'all for doing a great job. I love being in the booth with y'all. Y'all make me concentrate more and let y'all have a little bit more insight on the races. I want to thank Cannon for putting this on. Congratulations, Hunter, for winning the debut for the Truck Series, and hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend.
Man, we appreciate you, man, and awesome show this evening, and glad you got that third place finish, and we really look forward to seeing what you got in store for the rest of the season.
Thank y'all.
Who else is down there, Chris?
Got Landon and we got Hunter. Landon Brown.
You got me?
Can you hear me now, Landon?
I got you.
All right, man. I feel like we're in a T-Mobile commercial or something. Can you hear me now? Sprint or whatever it was. Anyways, man, you run up there. You got the pole. Had a great qualifying lap. Bounced around the top 5 the whole race, man. Tell us how the truck was feeling to you.
And to tell the truth, this was my first time ever at this track. In general, not just in the trucks, but in any car. So I didn't really know what to expect. So I really I took some notes in practice and I tried some different lines. So believe it or not, I think the truck was awesome. I couldn't have asked for much better truck. Just a little bit of inexperience here. I think hit me a little bit. Overheated the tires. We got tight at one point and break the wall. Lost a little bit of speed. So overall, it was a good night for our first time out here. So I'm proud of it, anyways.
Got a right to be, man. Second place finished. That's pretty awesome, man. I was silently cheering for you in the background. But you know, Hunter, he just seemed like the last 30 laps of the race, he was just cream of the crop. Saw you there. You were trying to pass him several times. You kept ducking under there and got beside of him a few times. Like you just didn't quite have enough momentum to get around him. If you could have got around him, do you think you could have held him at bay?
It would have been close. Hunter's one of the best in the field when it comes to saving tires and just, running up front. He's up front every week for a reason. And I think our biggest issue was on one of those later restarts, we got caught side drafting and playing duck, duck, goose with one another for third place, second and third. And it just killed our momentum, let Hunter pull out to, 2 or 3 seconds. And there just wasn't enough time in the race there to reel him back in. So props to Hunter for just saving his equipment as good as he did. Just wish it could have worked out a little bit better for us, but I'm glad we were able to give him some competition there while we could.
Yeah, well, first race, first time on the track. Man, you did a great job. Emmett and I kept talking about the track conditions and them changing. Emmett had pointed out at one time that the overcast conditions had changed and the sun came out. Could you tell the difference in the track once that sun came out?
Yeah, it does play a little bit of a difference. I think the tires wear pretty good here as well, so they kind of go hand in hand. And I'm sure you could tell in the broadcast it was getting pretty squirrely up there. No matter which line you ran, you were constantly getting loose off, and the track was just getting slick. Tires were going away, so it definitely made it challenging.
Landon, awesome race, man. Great finish. You got any closing remarks?
Yeah, I just want to thank Eastern Technical Design, Leadfoot TV, Four Wide Motorsports Network, and Wayne Cannon for putting this on. Have people at home at some different places, family and friends that are watching. So just gotta thank them for supporting me and letting me race here each week. I spend a lot of nights each week racing, so I'm just thankful I get to do it and thankful for you guys putting on this great show.
Landon,
Well, congratulations, Emmett. I'm gonna shut up.
You're good. You're good. I was just going to ask Landon, tell the viewers about, because I see that logo on the front of your hood. What is Leadfoot TV?
So Leadfoot TV is our new broadcasting network for Leadfoot Racing League. You can tune in on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern for some of the best late model racing around. We got some really good guys, some people like Justin Brooks, Andrew Payne, who's a really good iRacer. So we have some really good guys come through our system. So if you're interested in watching some late model racing, tune in on Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern on Leadfoot TV.
All right, Chris, I'm going to shut up now. You can finish. I just wanted to ask about that because I saw it. And I was like,
Yep. Yeah. I mean, just like Wayne Cannon with Four Wide, Landon and Tracy Brown, they put in countless hours to make sure that they put on a good production, a good show. And I can't thank those guys enough for just letting me be on the track with them to run in the back like I do. I'm learning, you know, learning a lot from these guys, and I really appreciate them.
I think we lost Chris, but here we go. I'm here. I'm here with your race winner, Mr. Hunter Carlson. Hunter, it seems like this is going to be a normal thing, me and you in the victory lane. How does it feel to get this inaugural win?
Man, I tend to win these inaugural things. I don't know why, but they just tend to fall in my lap. I don't try not to make a habit of it. I try to win the races that truly count, but just car track combo is a ton of fun. You got to manage your tires, but at the same time, you got to try to stay with the front pack because the draft making so much in the trucks. And once the tires fall off, especially your right rear gets down pretty good after about 15, 20 laps, you start getting really loose, and that's where the fun begins. And you have to really start managing your throttle, especially on the top. You'll come around if you're running against a wall on the exit of 2. But man, this felt good. I thought I was a sitting duck when that caution came out when I was leading, because I just thought they were going to team up on me and try to get me with the draft, but they ended up battling each other, and I was able to kind of scoot away and kind of manage the gap a little bit, and I had enough tire to make it to the end.
Now, I noticed that you have a new team. Is this a new team, Copperhead Racing?
It is actually rebranded Fart. We have rebranded to Copperhead Racing.
No more Fart, huh?
Nope. TJ decided he wanted to change, and I'm all for it. Obviously, my car's kind of outdated. That'll be fixed here in the next few weeks. But it's a new brand new era here with Copperhead Racing, and I'm excited to give it to him. Get some wins for him.
All right, and let me ask you this: so we head to Iowa next week. How do you feel about your chances to go back to back?
I love Iowa. It's probably one of my favorite tracks on the server, one of my best short tracks, and I feel really good. I really do. And given we do have 2 weeks of practice, because we do go to a late model next week at North Wilkesboro for 200 laps and double points. But Iowa in 2 weeks I'm excited for, because the track's just so much fun, especially in these trucks. They have these fixed iRacing. I want to give a shout out to iRacing. They do a really good job with these fixed sets in these trucks. They are fantastic, and I can't wait to put on a good show there. But yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot. That's right. We're gonna alternate series on Monday nights. Thanks for that input, because I was misreading the schedule. Is there anyone you'd like to thank out there before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank TJ Spainhour with Studio 86. He one of my biggest supporters out there, and I love having him on the car. And also the owner of Copperhead Racing. I'll get that new logo on the car, man. Just bear with me. But I want to thank Victory Fuel. They're a big supporter of me. Use code Chef at checkout for 10%. And I want to thank Four White Motorsports Network for always putting these things on. These races are a lot of fun to run. I want to thank my teammates out there that aren't here tonight. That are usually here on Friday nights. Christian Strader, Stephen Luttrell. Those guys are always pushing me to be better, and I hope to see them on track sometime during this Monday series. But I guess we'll find out.
All right. Well, congratulations once again on the win. Go enjoy it, and we'll see you next week in North Wilkesboro.
Thank you.
Once again, that was your winner, Mr. Hunter Carlson, who brought home the checkered flag in this inaugural FWM Craftsman Truck Series race at Echo Park. We're going to give a rundown through the results. So Hunter Carlson is your winner, followed by Landon Brown at second. Third is going to be Mr. Austin Lucky Cansdale. Fourth will be Wayne Cannon. Fifth, Daniel Jones. Sixth, Zach Patano. Seventh, Thomas Conley. Eighth, Yogi Schleer. Ninth, Bradley Young. And 10th, Joshua Tressler. And 11th, I'm s-
11th, we got Paul Dillon, Austin Pack, Doug Pachter, Charles Oberg, Benjamin Hollenbaugh, and to finish it out, Gerald Berlin.
Yeah, I was really surprised not seeing Gerald on track, but with that being said, for my producer, Mr. Tracy Brown, and my color commentator, Mr. Chris Norris, I'm Emmett Crow, saying we'll see you next week when we go late model racing at North Wilkesboro. Good night, everybody.